Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Comedy this hour, Willard Waterman starring as the Great Gildersleeve as we go back to August 13th, 1952, and it seems that the pudgy Gildy is going on a diet.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve took his little nephew Leroy down to Hogan Brothers department store to buy him a suit. And while he was there, he bought one for himself, too. Did he have it wrapped? Not the water commissioner. He's wearing it home. And it's quite a suit.
You bet. Latest thing. Dill pickle green.
Hey, could we walk on the other side of the street?
What for, my boy?
There's not so many people over there. With you in that suit, walking in this crowd is dangerous for a little kid. They get to looking at you and walk right over me.
Now, Leroy, let's not be jealous. You have a fine suit, too.
Holy cow, Unc, that color. Dill pickle green. You could wear that to a masquerade party.
Masquerade?
Sure. Put on a mustard shirt and you could go as a hamburger.
That'll do, Leroy. You're just a little boy, and you don't know anything about fashion. This color is so new, it hasn't even been in the magazines yet.
Hey, Unc, how about getting some popcorn and going to a movie?
No, we have to get home, my boy. Bertie will be waiting dinner for us. By George, this is a good-looking suit. Nice lines. Snappy. Oops, pardon me, madam.
Why don't you look where you're walking, Unc?
Well, I just glanced in the shop window. Yep. Collar fits nice, too. Just like Esquire. Why do they make these store windows so short? Can't get a good look at yourself before you hit the doorway. Oops, excuse me.
Unc.
All right, Leroy, I'm looking for something. You're right here, in fact, in this big, shiny window. Yeah, this is more like it. You can't tell anything in those triple mirrors where they sell the suits. You see too many people.
Gee, Unc, why do you want to look into a paint store? Let's go home.
Well, I may want to buy some white lead. Yes, sir, Gildersleeve, you look pretty good. This coat with the belt in the back makes those shoulders look fine. The pants are nice, too.
Unc, I read a story once about a guy named Narcissus.
Huh? Who?
All he did was sit and look at his reflection in the water.
Oh?
You know what happened?
What?
He fell in the lake.
All right, Leroy, we'll go home. My name isn't Narcissus, and I'm not going to fall in any lake.
Hey, you got a tag on the back of your coat. Well, maybe this is your name.
The clerk probably left it there. What does it say?
That's dyed. Boiled and pre-shrunk.
Yo, Bertie, we're home.
Yeah, come get a load of our new outfits.
Well, Leroy, don't you look nice?
Yeah.
And who's this man with you? This ain't Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yep. Didn't recognize me, did you, Bertie?
Say, would you look at that? Mr. Gildersleeve, you got a new suit, too.
Sure, the latest thing, Bertie. This is what they're wearing in New York now. Has pleats in the pants.
I got cuffs on mine.
How do you like this coat, Bertie?
Ain't that fancy? You know something, Mr. Gildersleeve? The way that coat's made, your shoulders is catching up with your waistline.
No, Bertie.
Look at the shoulders on my coat.
Of course, I only bought this suit because I needed it. A man has to have more than one suit, especially when he's a water commissioner.
No, for corn's sake.
How do you like the color, Bertie?
Oh, that's nice. What color is it?
Catfish green.
Dill pickle green. All the young men are wearing it this year.
Well, it sure makes you look young, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, I am young, Bertie.
Yes, sir. In that outfit, you could go to a college football game and sit in the rootin' tootin' section.
Sure I could.
Well, you could go to them games and help with the rootin' tootin' section.
Yeah, I know, Bertie.
You fit right into that rootin' tootin' section.
All right, Bertie.
Miss Gilsey, you know what you could do in that outfit?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right. You could go rootin' tootin'.
Oh, brother.
Well, Bertie's right, Leroy. I'm no mossback. Plenty of fire in me yet. I'm full of beans.
Anybody home? Oh, Miss Morris.
Well, Marjorie, hello, my dear.
Leroy, you look so nice. Yeah.
Marjorie, notice anything about me?
Well, here we go again. Oh, that's a lovely suit, Unky. That's fish green.
Dill pickle.
It gives you a wonderful figure, Uncle Morris. Like a dill pickle.
Leroy. Well, it isn't all the suit, my dear. Most of this figure is mine.
Around the waist, it's all his.
Little jokester. The trouble is, Marjorie, the clothes I've been wearing before made me look older than I am. Now, I'm not old.
Well, of course you're not.
I'm right in my prime. Man doesn't come into his full strength until he passes 40.
That's right, Unky.
Yes, sir. Of course, my waistline's a little large, but I'm not fat. I'm just heavy.
Oh, you're wonderful, Uncle Morton. We love you.
Well, thank you, my dear.
Don't we love him, Leroy? I think I'll go upstairs.
Yes. Wash your little face for dinner.
I'm going out and see Bertie.
Great. I think I'll slip in and take a peek in the hall mirror. Couldn't see much in that paint store window. Well, that's better. I'm not being like that fellow Narcissus who kept looking at himself in the water. I've got something to look at. Why, George Gildersleeve, why don't you admit it? You're a powerhouse. Look at those shoulders. And those arms. Really a sleeveful. Yes, sir, the head of the household. The white stallion leading the white horses. The bull moose leading the mooses.
Hey, is Marge over here?
Oop, there's Bronco. I'd forgotten about him.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, hello, Bronco. Marjorie, here's your little husband.
Oh, hello, dear.
Hi, honey.
The twins are over at your mother's and we're having dinner with Unky tonight.
My little family.
What do you have in the package?
Oh, well, this. Oh, these are some scales.
Scales?
Yeah, I'm going to put them in our bedroom so I can watch my weight. I weighed myself today, Mr. Gildersleeve, and I've gained 3 pounds.
Well, good. You're growing.
Oh, that's what worries me. I got quite a shock yesterday.
Oh?
Yeah, when I dressed in the morning, I forgot to put on my belt, and I didn't notice it until noon.
What was holding your trousers up?
That's what worries me.
Oh, Bronco, you never look better.
Certainly, you're just a boy. You could use a little weight. If you're going to lead the wild horses, be the head of a family like me, you've got to build yourself up like me.
Oh, no, Mr. Gildersleeve. No, just because I'm the father of twins, I'm not going to let myself go.
No, just a minute.
Oh, he's being silly, isn't he, Unky? Look at those muscles in his arms. Show him your arms, Bronco.
Oh, Marge.
Yeah, show us your muscle, Bronco.
No, Leroy, Bronco doesn't want to show his muscles. Wait till he grows up.
That buffalo's going to get bigger.
Leroy, stop embarrassing your brother-in-law. He's just a boy buffalo. A boy.
Bronco, remember how you used to chin yourself in the doorway? Go ahead, show us how you chin yourself.
No.
Leave him alone. If he doesn't want to chin himself, he doesn't have to.
Oh, I don't even know if I can do it now. But I'll try. Yeah.
Oh, boy, look at the beast.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Brother, look at him go. Isn't he wonderful, Unky?
Oh, yes. Show off.
Oh, I can only do 12. Pretty bad.
Let's see you do it, Unc.
Me? Well...
Dinner's ready, Miss Kim.
Oh, good. Dinner's ready. Let's go to the table, everybody. Time to eat.
Come on, Unc. Let's see you chin yourself just once. Oh, Leroy, Unky can't do that.
That's not for a fat man. I mean, not that you're fat. I mean for a large man.
Oh, is that so? I'm not fat. I'm just well built.
Go ahead, Unc.
All right. Stand aside. Watch this.
Your feet are still on the floor, Unc.
Don't rush me.
Well, you got 1 foot up.
Hey, look out, Mr. Gildersleeve. You're breaking the door frame.
Oh. Could have done it, though. That wood's pretty weak.
Why don't we try it on the railroad bridge?
What's so funny, Marjorie?
You Bronky, swinging in that doorway. Reminds me of the day we went to the zoo.
Wolford, come to the table. Bronco, you sit on the left. Marjorie over here. Leroy over there.
This is where we always sit.
Well, sit there.
Hey, Bronco, remember that trick you used to do when you were living here? Crawling around the back of a chair without touching the floor?
Leroy, Marjorie married a husband, not a performing seal.
Oh, I remember that trick. Bronco was the only boy at school who could do it.
Bertie, bring the dinner.
It's coming, Miss Gilsey! Show us how you did that one, Bronco.
No, I couldn't do it.
Sure you can.
Leroy, he said he couldn't. Don't you believe him?
Oh, go on, Bronco. You can do it.
Well, all right.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, this is pretty difficult. You got to go around the back of the chair without touching the floor.
Watch it, Bronco.
He's doing it. He's doing it. Oh, keep your feet up, Bronco.
Yeah. Stand back. There.
Oh, you did it. Hooray for Bronco!
It was nothing.
Let's see you do it, Unc.
Now, just a minute.
Oh, Leroy, don't be silly. Uncle Mort couldn't begin to do that.
Oh, I couldn't.
I wouldn't try it if I were you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
You keep out of this. I'm the bull moose. I mean, the head of the household. I can do anything that kid can. I can do it better, too.
What you doing, Miss Gilsey? He's crawling around the back of a chair.
What for?
Stand back, Bertie.
Look out, Unc. The chair's tipping. Unc, be careful. Are you all right?
Yeah. I'm all right.
You should have seen yourself, Unc. Like a balloon coming down. Oh, Mr. Gilsey, you're a real comedian.
Don't worry about the chair, Mr. Gildersleeve. I can glue it back together.
The heck with the chair. Excuse me, children.
What about dinner, Unky? Aren't you going to eat?
I'm not hungry. I'm going to my room. Fall mirror. And there you are, Gildersleeve. Just an old tub. Balloon going down. Narcissus, you fell in the lake.
The Great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute.
August 13th, 1952, The Great Gildersleeve on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to Medishare for their health care, especially now with inflation the way it is. People are very happy with the savings. Most families save about $500 a month when they switch. It's a huge help when prices are going up so fast in so many other areas. And Medishare's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance. It's just a different experience, and people really like that. Medishare is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it's been going strong for over 25 years. It really is the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it, find out why they rave about the customer service, and find out how good it feels to save some money right now. They're super easy to talk to. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE, 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of The Great Gildersleeve, August 13th, 1952.
Now, let's get back to the Great Gildersleeve. In the story of Snow White, the wicked queen had a mirror that told her anything she wanted to know. Up in his bedroom this morning, the water commissioner has a mirror that's telling him a few things.
Gildersleeve, you may as well face it. You look like a hippopotamus. A water-soaked hippopotamus. No wonder the family laughed when you couldn't chin yourself even once. When you fell off the chair trying that trick. And that Bronco thinks he's smart. Well, I'm smart, too. And I'm not so fat, either, when I pull my chest up a little. And this mirror must be warped. I wonder what the family will say when I get on to breakfast. Well, they probably won't say anything. Probably forgotten the whole thing. Sure. Now I'll just act as if nothing had happened. And by George, I may bruise easily, but I heal fast. Coming, Bertie! Bacon smells good.
Morning, Miss Gildersleeve.
Oh, good morning, Bertie.
Good morning, Unky. We came over to see if you're all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Good morning, Bronco.
Hi, Unc.
Good morning, Leroy. Gildersleeve, you're in. It's all forgotten.
How's the acrobat this morning?
Acrobat? What do you mean?
Now, Leroy, you hush. Sit down, Unky. I put a pillow on your chair for you, Unc.
I don't need it.
Hey, your chair in the dining room's going to be all right, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'm gluing the seat back on.
No, that's fine, Bronco.
There's your bacon and eggs, Miss Gildersleeve.
Oh, thank you, Bertie.
You ought to have a good appetite this morning, missing your dinner last night.
Oh, yes.
We're all sorry about last night, Mr. Gildersleeve. It was my fault.
Oh, no, it wasn't, Bronco. We'll just forget the whole thing. Let bygones be bygones.
Oh, it's mighty nice of you, Mr. Gildersleeve. You're a big man.
Oh, thank you, Bronco. What a fine boy.
We all want to apologize, Uncle Mort. We didn't mean to. I mean, when you fell off the... If you could have...
Oh, Marge, cut it out. He couldn't help it.
Oh, you should have seen yourself like a balloon.
Excuse me.
Miss Gildersleeve, ain't you going to eat your bacon and eggs?
No, thanks, Bertie.
Where are you going?
If I can squeeze through the front door, I'm going to waddle downtown. What's that old saying? Everybody loves a fat man. Well, they don't love me. And I'm not so big. Quit kidding yourself, Gildersleeve. You are, too. Well, confound it, if I can put on weight, I can take it off. Lots of people do. Those ads in the paper. Mrs. Hogtight Clune of Elbow, Indiana, loses 20 pounds in 8 days. Yeah, I'll show the family. I'll trim down. I may be a barge today, but tomorrow I'll be a speedboat. I'll bet Peavy can help me. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
I want to get some reducing medicine, Peavy, for a friend of mine.
Oh?
Yeah, fine fellow, but he's a little chubby.
Well, I have a number of popular brands. Does your friend have any preference?
No, he doesn't know much about these things. Of course, neither do I.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, here's a very popular reducing product. Dr. Beagle's Golden Formula. It hounds the pounds away.
I don't think my friend would care for Dr. Beagle.
Now, here's a preparation quite a number of people are buying. Aunt Marion's Waistline Reducer. It's very effective. They tell of one fellow who used too much and his waistline disappeared entirely.
Oh, my goodness.
He had quite a time keeping his trousers up. He finally used his wristwatch for a belt.
Peavy, is that story true?
No, but it sells a lot of merchandise.
Well, let's get back to my friend.
All right, Mr. Gildersleeve. How many pounds do you want to lose?
Oh, about 50 or 50. Peavy, I didn't say it was for me.
No, you didn't.
Well, all right. It is for me. But it's not that I'm overweight. For my size, Peavy. I just thought I'd trim down a little.
Well, probably the cheapest way is to stop eating. It's very effective.
I know, Peavy.
Now, you look at the camel. When he goes a long while without eating, his humps disappear.
Peavy, I'm not a camel.
I'm only trying to be of service. Have you tried Judge Hooker's rowing machine?
Say, I'd forgotten about that. Rowing is awfully hard. But I'm desperate.
Well, you might give the judge a call.
No, don't want to risk the call. The way I feel today, I could get stuck in that phone booth. I'll go right over to the judge's house and get started in that rowing machine.
Yeah, good luck. Don't fall overboard.
See you later, Peavy.
You're perfectly welcome to use my rowing machine, Gildy. It's here in my bedroom.
Well, let's get started, Judge. My position as the head of the family is at stake. I'm going to lose some weight if I have to row this thing clear to Greenland.
Nothing like a rowing machine, Gildy. That's how I keep my perfect 36.
All right, Horace.
Every morning a brisk turn at the oars, and then I have a pick-me-up. Half a rye bun and a beaker of Kalak water.
Judge, please. I haven't eaten anything since last night.
Oh, would you like a snack, Gildy?
No, thanks. Maybe those camels have an idea.
What was that, Gildy?
It's nothing, Judge. Oh, brother, I'm weak. Help me into the boat.
Sure. Now you're at the oars. I call my bedroom Hooker Lake.
Yes.
250 strokes on the oars will get you across. That's from Washstand Bay to Pillow Slip Point.
All right, Judge. Let me get started.
Left oar.
What's the difference? I'm rowing.
But you can't get across the lake unless you go straight.
Oh, my goodness.
Left oar.
Judge, are you in the boat with me?
Certainly. It's a long trip. I'm going along to keep you company.
Oh, brother. Going across Hooker Lake on a rowing machine with an old goat. Water Commissioner, this time you've struck bottom. Yeah, 246, 247, 248.
Left oar.
200 in the left oar.
We're almost there, Gildy.
250. Oh.
We made it. You rowed across Hooker Lake.
August 13th, 1952, The Great Gildersleeve on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Veterinary telemedicine is booming. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori Teller, president of the American Veterinary Medical Association, and I know firsthand that telehealth is a valuable tool to help provide our precious pets with the health care they need and deserve. Here are some situations where telemedicine may be an option for you and your pet. If the veterinarian has seen your pet in person in the past. If you're not sure you need to schedule an in-person visit. If your pet had surgery and needs post-operative follow-up. For skin diseases and rash rechecks. When your veterinarian needs to monitor your pet's chronic problems such as diabetes or allergies. If there are behavioral issues or training challenges. Or for hospice care. It's always good to have your session in a quiet place with good lighting. If you're not sure if you should set up a telehealth session, call your veterinarian and they'll let you know. To learn more, check out avma.org/telehealth. avma.org/telehealth.
Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now the conclusion of The Great Gildersleeve as Gildy's going on a diet. August 13th, 1952.
How do I look, Judge? Have I lost any weight?
Oh, I'm sure you have, Gildy. You're the picture of health.
Well, thanks for the use of the rowing machine, Judge.
But, Gildy, you're across the lake. Aren't you going to row back?
No, you can row it, Judge. The way I feel, I'll just catch the first breeze and fly back.
That you, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yeah, I'm home, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you look awful thin.
I do?
You feel all right?
You know, I feel fine, Bertie. Never felt better, in fact. Where are the children?
Miss Margie and Mr. Bronco are over at their house, and Leroy's out in the yard. You're just in time for lunch.
Lunch? No, I'm not going to eat, Bertie. I'm reducing.
You what's it?
Bertie, do you know that when a camel goes without food, his humps disappear? That's what I'm doing.
Disappeared?
No. I'm losing weight.
But you gotta eat. Everybody's gotta eat.
Well, not me, Bertie. Call Leroy. I'll sit down at the table with him, but I'm not eating.
Leroy! Lunch!
I'll sit down here at the table where he can see me when he comes in. Bertie noticed I was thinner. Leroy's bound to see it. Right, George Gildersleeve, when you set your mind to something, you do it.
Hello, Auntie.
Oh, hello, my dear.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. Having lunch, are you?
Well, not exactly, Bronco.
Hi, Aunt.
Hello, Leroy.
Boy, am I hungry. Where's the food?
You children notice anything about me?
You got a spot on your necktie.
It's something bigger. Yeah, I mean, don't you notice something?
Well, I don't see anything, Unky.
Oh, you look fine to me, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Children, can't you see? I've lost weight. I'm thinner. I haven't eaten anything. I've been exercising.
Uncle Mort, you aren't doing this because we laughed at you.
Well...
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, not because of us.
Well...
Gee, Unc, we didn't mean it.
You didn't?
Oh, Unky, we wouldn't have you change for anything. We love you just as you are.
Sure. Don't ever change, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Children, this touches me very deeply. I should have known that you would. Excuse me.
What's the matter, Unky?
I can't get up. I was going out in the kitchen for a drink of water, but now I can't move. It's my own fault. Not eating since last night. Rowing across Hooker Lake. My strength is gone. I can't get up.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I know why you can't get up.
Huh?
I glued the seat of your chair this morning and it wasn't dry yet.
Oh! Stuck to the chair. My new suit.
Uncle Lord, I'm sorry, I can't help it. What a character.
Oh, the heck with it. Go ahead and laugh. Bertie, bring on the lunch.
The Great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Making a fresh fruit salad? To be sure your fruit is at its flavorful best, take it out of the refrigerator a little before you want to use it so that it's cold but not too cold. Another way to make sure that salad will be delicious is to use Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip has a simply wonderful flavor, a special, lively, teasing, peppy flavor that no other salad dressing has. Make all your salads extra good with the salad dressing millions prefer, the one and only Miracle Whip.
Oh. Fine lunch, Bertie.
Thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
By George. A man's a fool to worry about being a little chubby. Who cares? After all, it gives him a good, solid appearance. Makes him look important. And successful.
You looking in the mirror again?
Who, me? Yeah, I wasn't looking in the hall mirror, Leroy. Just passing by and happened to glance at myself.
Yeah.
So what if I am on the chunky side? I'm the water commissioner. Takes a big man for a big job. You can't haul a freight train with a bicycle. You got to have a locomotive.
Yeah.
Are you busy, Mr. Gildersleeve?
No, Bronco. What is it?
Oh, I got trouble with the car out in front. I need some real beef.
Well, there, you see. When there's a big job to be done, the tune changes. You're all right, Bronco. Where do you need the real muscle?
Oh, I don't need muscle. I got my bumper locked with another car. Would you stand on it while I pull them apart?
That does it. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, Dick Crenna, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
August 13th, 1952, The Great Gildersleeve on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, an episode of the soap opera Claudia. This episode goes back to August 13th, 1948.
And now, Claudia.
Claudia, get out of my light and push the chair over by the fireplace while you're at it.
All right. Say, Mama, how do you think I look?
Same as usual.
Is that all I can get out of you?
Absolutely all.
I wish I had a more positive kind of looks. You know, I don't look like anything.
You look like you, and leave it alone.
I look like me, but what does me look like?
You'll break the living room mirror, Claudia, if you're staring at it much longer.
David'll be home any minute.
He's used to your face. Stop worrying.
Hush up, Mama. Oh, he said he might bring Lotte with him.
Lotte? Is that the famous secretary?
That's she. She is a classic. But David says she's a more talented secretary than any he's ever had. And she has a heart of gold besides.
What more does anybody want?
Well, I think Roger would want her to have a different speaking voice and vocabulary. But I told him not to look a talented secretary in the mouth.
That was very wise of you.
Oh.
Claudia, what caused that heartbreaking sigh?
I take Lotte. She's so good at her job. For a secretary, she's a real secretary. Look at me.
You've been looking at you for hours now. Why should I?
I'm a nothing. I'm a terrible farmer's wife.
Where did you get the idea you were a farmer's wife?
From my husband.
Who happens to be one of the better young architects in the country.
But at heart, he's a farmer. It's written all over him. Even his face.
Yes, I dare say it is.
I wonder what it is about him.
His soul.
I guess so. Mama, don't you think I look a little like a farmer's wife?
Not a bit. You don't even sound like one.
How do they sound?
I don't know.
But I live on a farm.
You don't know the first thing about a farm.
Oh, yes, I do.
What?
Well, I know that you have to have lived on a farm at least 20 years before it starts counting.
Before what starts counting?
It.
Oh, it. Claudia, leave your hair alone.
I'm just trying something.
Putting it up on top of your head isn't going to make you look like a farmer's wife.
You think you're so smart, Mrs. Brown.
Yes, I think I am, Mrs. Norton.
You know, in New York, I feel as if everybody on the streets knows I'm from the country. In Eastbrook, as if everybody knows I'm from the city.
That's a happy state to be in.
I am just a fraud. I am neither fish nor fowl.
Who wants to be a fish anyway?
I do. A fish belongs someplace. Look at Fritz out there, working in the fields. He looks as if he'd always been there, like a fish.
In a way, he has always been there.
There's such assurance about him. He's so instinctively a part of the land. He's professional about it. I envy him.
That's the first sensible thing you've said today.
And Bertha baking bread in the kitchen, cutting parsley in the garden. She belongs, too.
Just smell that bread baking.
I could get drunk on that smell.
I think you are.
I think I are, too.
Now fix your hair decently, Claudia. You don't want to look like that for David.
Oh, all right.
And cheer up. In 10 or 15 years, you'll look the part.
That's something to look forward to, anyway.
Mrs. Norton, you are in the living room?
Yes, Fritz, come right on in.
I have a surprise for you.
I love surprises. What is it?
Oh, good evening, Mrs. Brown.
Fritz, don't keep us in suspense. What is it you've got?
Well, perhaps it is not so much a surprise, but...
It's going to be difficult, Mama.
Perhaps you have been expecting it.
Can't any man tell a person something without first killing them with suspense?
Well, I hope it will be something that you care for.
You better tell her right off, Fritz, or she'll bust waiting.
Speak for yourself, Mrs. Brown.
Well, it is really not so much to make a fuss about.
Oh, this is excruciating.
It is a present from your farm.
I can't imagine.
8 ears of corn.
Corn?
Yeah, nice, even yellow corn, and not one worm.
Not one worm. Oh, I can't wait till dinner.
Oh, it will be very sweet and hardly needs any cooking.
It'll be delicious. There's nothing like garden fresh corn.
I don't think I love anything in the world as much as fresh corn. Fritz, how come no worms?
Aha, that is the farmer's secret.
You see, Mama? I'm on the outside again.
But since you someday will be a farmer, so I will tell you. Someday.
Tricks of the trade. I bet you David wouldn't tell me either. He'd just keep Mom and be superior.
I go bring the corn to Bertha now.
Fritz, would you mind telling her to add a half cup of sugar to the water she boils the corn in? Then it'll really be sweet.
Mama, that's cheating.
Wait till you taste it, Claudia.
Our corn can stand on its own sweetness, thank you.
Oh, I will tell her, Mrs. Brown. Oh, one other thing, Mrs. Norton.
Yes, Fritz?
Pretty soon, peaches.
Ours?
Yes, ours.
Well, what do you know? How about apples?
She wants everything.
Apples, they're not so good this year.
Well, they've got a nerve. Why?
Well, it's hard to tell. Perhaps too much rain during the pollination season.
Oh, I see.
Oh, was the tree sprayed?
Every last one of them? Just ask my pocketbook.
Well, it happens. Perhaps next year the peaches will not be good and the apples will.
They're certainly undependable.
Claudia, trees are only human.
Anyhow, you will have much corn for many weeks. Oh, now I go to give it to Bertha. And I don't forget to tell her about the sugar, Mrs. Brown.
He's a wonderful man.
Knows his onions.
And his corn and apples and peaches, too. Now I feel more unfarmery than ever.
Wait till you eat your own corn. That'll restore your confidence.
On the contrary. Whee, there's David.
Claudia, not so fast. You'll frighten him away.
Good evening, Mr. Norton.
And what a beautiful evening, Mrs. Norton.
Oh, Oh, and Lotte, you did come. How nice.
Oh, I'm
Came right
sure
along.
I'm glad that I did. It's a sensational drive up.
Lotte never saw a tree before, you'd think.
Almost. Never so many all at once. Everything is so green. Looks good enough to eat.
You think you'd like to live up here?
Well, it's an awfully long drive to the drugstore on the corner, ain't it?
Well, that's true.
Gee, listen to the birds, will ya?
That's our crow.
A crow?
Mm-hmm.
You got one of them, too?
Yep.
Sure have.
What do you know? How much of all this space is yours?
Well, you see that hill with the trees on top of it?
Uh-huh.
That's ours. And our line stretches out over beyond those fields on the left. Then through that woodland to the brook on the right.
Gee, you can take yourself a walk and never leave home.
I suppose you'd call that an advantage.
Would you like to walk around the outside before we go in the house?
Oh, sure I would. You know, I'm a city girl, born and raised in New York. The Bronx, as a matter of fact.
Oh?
I don't like the country. No, not as a rule, I don't.
Well, maybe that's because you don't know it.
Could be. Except, of course, I get vacations. 2 weeks, usually, in August.
As a matter of fact, you're going away next week, aren't you?
That's right, Mr. Norton. Anywho, as I was saying, I used to go away on my vacations. You know, to the lake or the mountains. Sometimes even so far away as Maine.
Oh, I've never been to Maine. Have I, David?
No.
I used to pack my suitcase full of stuff, make a reservation centuries ahead, and look forward to it like a kid having to take castor oil.
You mean you didn't like going away?
It was awful. Rained solid the whole time, usually. Never met one interesting face. Swimming would wreck my hair, sunburn would make me peel, food would give me heartburn, and I'd come home flatter broke than an ironing board. Take me months to pull myself together again.
Oh, Lotte, that is the saddest story I've ever heard.
And every word of it the truth. Now I got more sense. I spend my vacations right at home. No packing, no traveling, no spending a lot of dough. I got my friends, so I don't need to make no introductions all the time. The food is swell, and New York City proper is a very entertaining place when you got 2 weeks and nothing to do.
I'll bet it is.
Gee, this is sure a rocky piece of land you got.
Well, it's Connecticut. Connecticut is very rocky. That's one of the reasons the first settlers here deserve so much credit.
You don't say.
Careful you don't twist your ankle, Lotte.
Guess high heels ain't the thing to wear up here. Low heels murder my instep.
It's just a little ways further. I thought you might like to see our corn growing.
It grows right here on your place?
Right here.
We're even going to have some for dinner. The first corn, David.
No, that's quite an occasion.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
I've been eating corn all summer.
Well, that's different.
Oh?
Wait till you taste ours and you'll see why.
I take your word. Say, the sun is sure strong up here.
You ought to feel it at noon.
I'll bet you my freckles are popping out right now. Oh, I didn't think to bring out suntan
Well, this is
lotion.
late afternoon sun, Lotte. It won't hurt you.
I'm very sensitive. At least my skin is.
Well, here's the corn patch. Corn has come up beautifully. Don't you think so, David?
Oh, we'll be eating corn for weeks and weeks.
Well, you're not breaking my heart. I love it. Do you realize, Lotte, all this corn and not one worm?
Not one worm?
Not one.
Is that good?
Well, it's practically a record.
You mean there's a trick to it?
There certainly is.
Oh, there certainly is. Oh, and David, a message from the trees. The peaches will be good, but the apples won't.
You don't say.
I do,
As if
I
I
do.
didn't know.
I'm impressed. And I got pebbles in my shoes.
Oh, I guess we better go back to the house. Maybe after dinner I can lend you a pair of mine. You can see our brook and the walnut tree.
Gee, you're a regular mountain goat, ain't you, Mrs. Norton?
David, is that a nice thing to call anybody?
Very nice and very apt.
I meant it as a compliment.
Of course you did.
You know, sometimes I think I ought to keep my mouth shut more. I notice every time I open it, Mr. Kidden winces.
Oh, that's not true, Lotte.
It's my English. Your partner, Mr. Norton, is such a proper man. But if I keep my mouth shut, how am I going to say anything?
How well I understand your problem, Lotte. Hey, we have to introduce you to our cat, our dog, our son, our rooster.
You got a regular menagerie up here.
Come back in 6 months and we'll really have something to show you.
We're going to get animals. I can't wait.
Mrs. Norton, if I had a hat on, I would take it off to you.
What have I done now?
If I didn't know you was from New York, I'd never guess. You're more of a farmer's wife than a farmer's wife. Flat shoes, no hat, no worms in the corn, apples, peaches, roosters. Lotte is impressed.
Oh, Lotte, you couldn't have said anything that would please me more.
And I mean it, every first word of it.
I must admit, darling, next to Lotte, you've got hay in your hair.
Do you like it, David?
It is very becoming. And a little startling.
Lotte, you must come up here more often.
To a farm?
And you must open your mouth more often, too.
Did I say something right?
Lotte, you don't know what you've done for me tonight.
I guess I don't.
Don't you realize that in 10 minutes you put hay in my hair and given David a farmer's wife who feels like a farmer's wife? Just wait till I tell Mama I'm a changed woman.
When you stop at a fountain for lunch, you probably order Coke, as so many people do. But it may not occur to you that you can snap up your workaday home lunch with ice-cold Coca-Cola. What would be easier? There it is, right in the refrigerator, if you remembered to bring home a carton. Put Coke on your marketing list and keep half a dozen bottles on ice. Then you can lunch refreshed any day of the week.
Hi, Mr. King.
Oh, Lotte, welcome to Eastbrook.
Thanks. I just got a mosquito bite.
What? Mosquitoes up here?
Don't they bite you?
I hadn't noticed.
Mosquitoes always have a yen for me. Something chemical about it, I think.
There's a run in your family?
It runs in me. Say, Mrs. Norton sure has took to this farm, ain't she?
She sure has.
Got real pluck, she has. You know, no wonder Mr. Norton is so much in love with her.
Claudia would like to hear you say that.
Go on, she knows it.
She knows it, but she likes to hear it, too.
All us girls do, even me. It's our psychology.
Well, I suppose I'll find out a little more of your psychology on Monday when I eavesdrop on Claudia and Mrs. Brown. Well, so long, Lotte. Hope you enjoy your stay on the farm.
I will. Goodbye, Mr. King.
Every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again Monday at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes. And ice-cold Coca-Cola is everywhere. These programs star Catherine Bard as Claudia and Paul Crabtree as David. And the entire production is supervised and directed by William Brown Maloney.
And there you have it. From August 13th, 1948, Claudia here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Thank this station. Support their advertisers, would you please? And if you like what we do here, if you like our show, we do 21 hours a week of great classic radio programs. You can find them all at classicradio.stream, along with information, including your ability to buy us a copy if you like what we do. Appreciate that as well. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.